Here we're staying with the topic of affiliate marketing, and we've organized a panel discussion around the theme of marketing in combination with social responsibility. In addition to Richard Dennis, who already has been introduced, I would like to welcome Steven Vrolijk, founder of Quality Market Responsible Affiliates, Frank Opterwoerd, you're actually in the same order, and once again Dr. Andreas Dietsche, the CEO of iGaming.com. Their discussion will be moderated by Martijn Maertens, CEO of Circus.nl, who will sit here on the left, please. And the stage is yours. Thank you, Martijn.
Good. No? I can't hear myself.
I don't think so.
Hello? No?
Hello?
Yes, it's working. Great. So yes, we're going to have a panel on affiliate marketing. A lot has been said already in the previous two sessions. First question I'd like to ask to the group. We've seen that illegal operators are increasing in the Dutch market, but what do you see on the affiliation side of the industry? Do you see a push? Do you see a change to switching to promote the illegal operators as well? Maybe Richard?
No. I mean, Game Lounge with Meneer, we don't promote illegal operators at all in the Netherlands, no. I mean, they are there. They are definitely operating. And you have to remember that there's no such thing as an offshore Dutch casino. It's a single thing. It's a single entity. So you have, like say, a Bitcoin crypto casino. They just operate, and it just happens to be people in this market that use them and play.
But do you see changes? Do you see parties? I think Casino Scout was recently one that came. I think Stephen also referred that one in the news as well.
Yeah, that went straight.
You see that it changed what they do.
Yes, that went straight to black.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out that at some point, and this was in the beginning of the new KSA chair getting into his function, he said during his speech, there are some affiliates who promote illegal and legal at the same time. Well, that's not true. All regulated Dutch affiliates actually only promote legal casinos. Why? Because the casino will be at risk. What we do see is a huge spike in traffic to illegal gambling websites. So that is what we see. Yeah.
So also on the searches and then being particularly supported in that way, and specific parties jumping in on that as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Casino Scout was one of them. I believe 2 or 3 others, which we know of, jump ship. We fear that smaller affiliates will do that because there is no viable business model for them anymore. If you have enough volume, like CasinoNieuws, Meneer Casino, or possibly websites of iGaming, you can sustain. But smaller affiliates, depending on larger deposits, they will have to make a choice. And unfortunately, some of them choose to go to the black market. Yeah.
Because we saw some consolidation with changes in October and the requirements on affiliation as well. Not every affiliate that surged before was able to meet the 95% requirements. Do you expect that the 2,500 per player then basically is the driver of tipping those parties to stay in the market but pushing on the illegal offerings?
Yeah, I mean, at least for CasinoNieuws, we've built a website known to be in contact with the regulator, with the ministry. So obviously we can't be tempted even if we wanted to. But like for a whole lot of other affiliates, it doesn't go the same way. If someone offers you 2,000 euros per depositing player, yeah, that's a very interesting offer. Even if you were making good money in the legal offering. I can't look in what Casino Scout was doing, but if someone offers you money like that, yeah, it's very tempting. And if we're talking about seeing a movement, I mean, literally not a day goes by without someone reaching out to us like, hey, can you promote our new brand? And obviously these are low-level affiliate managers who have no idea about our website. They just look at the traffic, they just look at the backlinks and whatnot. So obviously they are clueless. But if you have a different website, maybe a little bit more anonymous, and you can get that kind of money, sure, I can understand, even though I don't agree.
Tough one for many.
The point being is that these sites are multi-region, so they're not specific to the Dutch market. They're just there. and therefore they have no differentiation, and therefore they're prepared to pay anything to build their databases. And that's basically why they're doing it.
Yeah, you always get these emails like we're doing NL, DE, or whatever markets they have, and yeah, we're growing in the Netherlands. They don't even, I mean, the low-level affiliate managers, they don't probably not even aware that their brand is illegal in the Netherlands.
Maybe to add a little bit of a German perspective, the regime that we have is very effective when it comes to advertising, because the penalty goes to the operator. So if an affiliate has black and white casinos, the white ones can lose their license. So, and we are a decent size affiliate. Of course, we meet the black guys also at conferences, but this inflow of requests, that's drying out, because they know when you have your website and you have white casinos on it, you're basically off limits for the black guys.
Maybe they're just a bit smarter than in Germany, because we have a similar regime, but they still reach out daily.
I can confirm that they also reach out to smaller, more flexible market players.
Okay. Then maybe move to the next question. You already mentioned in your presentation that just putting more restriction doesn't drive players away, so there's a key role for affiliation in that sense. Is it particularly for new players or with existing players?
I think where there is some justification to be restrictive with advertising is the entry barrier into gambling. But when you have these 17, 18-year-old kids, they also learn other things in their life where they do not need advice. They will find their way. So my opinion still is education is better than keeping people in the dark. And advertising directs, it doesn't trigger.
Yeah, and we are like obviously we're not newspapers or television program. We have a website, generally speaking. We are approachable, you can see who we are, but the youth, and unfortunately I'm not part of it anymore, they have whole different channels that they find their information or get pushed information. We in the Netherlands, we are not active on TikTok. We don't do anything with Telegram or WhatsApp. We have a website, and obviously we try to be as visible as possible. We battle for positions in Google and whatnot, but like the younger, I wanted to say players, but younger people in general, it's not the number one thing they're doing when they're looking for information, going on a website or going to Google. It's a whole different ballgame, and a lot of the legislation that we're talking about, obviously it goes for those platforms as well, but it's very hard to control, very hard to mitigate. So it's a different world.
And the welcome bonuses you get are so massive because they're not playing tax, and also they have much more of an interest in keeping long term, especially if they get into crypto, and therefore they have the wallet details.
Yeah, and it's not just the casinos being active on Telegram; it's also the affiliate, of course. They can put their affiliation link in between it as well. So you have a whole army of free marketing people doing the work for you, and they'll invest all those channels.
Yeah. And one of the suggestions is to block URLs. Politics are really into that, but if you look at the searches, for instance, they're searching for casino, generic searches, casinos without crux, and those kind of things. So blocking a URL with the technology nowadays, very quickly.
We can't block anything in the Netherlands. They can block it in Belgium, right? Stake is illegal in Belgium. They blocked stake.com, stake1.com, stake2.com, and so forth. Stake is still the biggest illegal operator in Belgium. So does it work? I don't think so. Obviously, it would be nice for the KSA to have. It helps, but it's not like the definite answer to the problem that we and the regulators and the other people.
And once you have them in the database, they can directly target whatever
brand URL. If you have an app.
Well, if you're on Telegram and being followed, then they just send you the offers within seconds. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
Bet now.
There's whole Telegram groups for stake, like, hey, we have a new URL, hey, are you in Belgium? You can log in to here, your current account balance is not jeopardized, just log in here. Or they start a new brand, you can log in with your old username and password. Yeah, it's rapidly evolving world.
So even the trustworthy of the legal offering, the risk of losing as a player the funds is basically not really there. It's not like they disappear.
Well, there's always there's illegal operators and there's illegal operators, right? You have illegal operators do the rug and pull, literally very short-term money thing. But I mean, stake, obviously they're illegal, and obviously I have my opinions, but in that sense they are trustworthy. I don't imagine you're just losing your money if you win a big jackpot over there.
I think you can add, we in Germany, we had a very, very famous case, not in the gambling sector, but on an adult entertainment website. It took years to get it through courts, then it was blocked, and it took 4 minutes to have it back up again. So I think law enforcement just doesn't have the opportunity to show the force and actually get it enforced. I don't see that coming in the age of the internet.
But can we imagine if a player goes to the black market and he finds well, you say black market, but he finds a website and he deposits money, and the KSA does manage to take it offline, his funds are gone. I think if you would look at, okay, what can we do, maybe a bit of campaigning around that, you know. Going to a legal casino might mean you just lose your money. Laws are getting stricter, websites are going to be taken out of the air. It's a risk, and I understand. I think we had this conversation a short while ago, and you said, well, the illegal casinos are invested in making their offering attractive, so it's not in their interest to make you lose your funds, but I think some do.
But
so,
that is on the basis that people know exactly what is legal and is not illegal, and that they're consciously making the decision to go to the illegal offering. But that's not the case for the majority of the people.
And they can't tell exactly.
They're confused.
So every month there's 100 new Anjuan licenses issued, every month. And they're all competing for eyeballs. They're all on Telegram. They're all doing these things saying, I can give you this offer, I can give you that offer. You can make money. There was one advert that's been just famously brought up recently saying, don't do an OnlyFans, you'll make more money gambling.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what? But people believe it, because why would they know any other difference? I know.
Breaking like 5 laws.
Yeah, exactly. So who's got the enforcement? They're borderless. They're offshore.
I think it's a striking example what happens on websites where, let's say, somebody Googles it, finds a website, an affiliate, and doesn't find the product offering he wants. Then some affiliates and also operators say, well, if you can play this game depends on your virtual or physical location. That means please use a VPN and play from outside your own country. And people do. And it's a criminal offense in Germany. Not sure about the Netherlands. And people get caught. Because whenever they win, the bank has to send an information to the state attorney. So there are some cases. It's an easy one for the state attorneys to get them, but even that doesn't stop.
No, and if you think about Japan has completely criminalized gambling.
Yes.
They also have criminalized banks from funding any gambling, and it's now by far the biggest sports betting market in the world. It's either you get arrested every day. There's people being arrested but yet it still thrives.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned one of the crypto casinos. They're making 100 million a month out of Japan.
Sometimes I believe it's this appeal of the forbidden fruit.
Of course, yes. Especially the youngsters, because they have a brain that's they're supposed to be risky. They're supposed to be risky, and that's what's happened.
So raising the awareness of what is the legal operator and what is an illegal operator, do you encounter any obstacles as an affiliate for being able to steer players clearly to the legal offering?
I think at this point the opinions about affiliates are shifting a bit. I think finally regulators in the Netherlands are starting to see that it's actually, we're doing them a favor, because it's targeted advertising, but not even really targeted advertising, because it's reactive, informative advertising. You're searching for online casino Netherlands, you find, you will find operators, but they will only promote their own brand. Affiliates will give you an overview of websites. Of course, they will put the one who pays better. They might put them on one. But I think affiliation is essential.
And you're competing with the Google, the Meta, the advertisement as well, and I think it was also addressed before. That's also what you're competing with, and
Yeah,
the
but
hurdle over there as well.
we're building brands. So I mean, definitely in your case, with our case, Meneer, in Sweden we have Sphere Casino. The brand that we're building is a trusted brand. So people are familiar with us. They come back time and again. They'll ask us questions: is this a real one or not a real one? So this is what we're all trying to do: is to try and build that trust level, and then we can be a kind of critical and sort of friendly voice to get them through this stuff. It's going to get worse before it gets better. I think probably there'll be a lot of horror stories coming up, and then maybe everything will start to balance out a bit. We'll see.
What I see is the shift when basically all markets are regulated. The affiliate has to promote fun and entertainment. In shady and grey markets, it's more: is it safe? Do I get my money? Do I go to jail? So it's more on the positive side, and information, of course. So there's people who are interested in how many games are there, what is the RTP and all of that. But we see less and less people who say, oh, is it dangerous? That's not the search volume anymore.
Yeah.
Do you see a role in that as well for the government as well, like informing actively, like Postbus 51 commercial used to have what's a legal operator?
With KVA, with our quality mark, we started campaigning on social media, posting stuff, okay, how can you identify illegal casinos? And we're going to continue doing that, but I think at some point it would be great if the KSA, who has a lot of more budget, would do the same thing. Yeah.
But the number one thing they should be doing is fixing their own website, because if you go to CasinoNieuws, you check out the Kansspelwijzer, and they are listing literally hundreds of land-based casinos before you can filter out which one have the license from the open. Your Betka/Circus, the B2C, you're even down on page 15. Because so let's start there, but yeah, there's still a lot of work.
Have you seen it in other countries where this was done properly, where it's very easy for a player to find legal offerings?
In Sweden, I think they do a pretty good job. Yeah.
No, same with us. We have a clear white list, 30 operators or so, absolutely black and white. You can pick them. That's well done.
All right. Conscious of time, Willem, so let's leave it. Thanks everybody for the input.
Very good.
Session.
Thank you.